Welcome to Team DPS Gaming. The recent Nintendo Direct has left the industry in a state of effervescence. After weeks of speculation and fueled by the momentum of the new Nintendo Switch 2, expectations were sky high. The question was whether Nintendo could live up to the hype. The answer was a marathon presentation of over an hour, packed with announcements ranging from the sublime to the frankly surreal. Below, we break down the highlights of an event that has defined Nintendo's roadmap for the coming year. An Imperial Celebration, 40 years of Super Mario. Nintendo decided to lead with its heaviest artillery, dedicating the first 20 minutes to an unprecedented celebration for the 40th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. The company not only reviewed its legacy, but also aggressively expanded its universe. In addition to announcing the opening of its museum in Japan and a new theme park in Orlando, what the public was craving was confirmed: a new movie. The spiritual sequel will be an adaptation of Super Mario Galaxy, set for April 2026 and handled by the successful Illumination Studio, ensuring visual continuity and the return of the voice cast that made the first film a global phenomenon. To accompany this announcement, the remaster of Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 for the Switch was confirmed, available in October. The icing on the cake was the confirmation of a physical edition, a detail that collectors and the Team DPS gaming team greatly appreciate. The Mario offensive continued with Mario Tennis Fever for Switch 2, which introduces defensive mechanics and rackets with special abilities. However, the real surprise was the inclusion of an adventure mode, a campaign mode that could add an unprecedented narrative depth to the Plumber's Sports saga. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is not to be left behind and will receive a Switch 2 edition that expands the experience with the Wonder Park, a multiplayer zone with new levels and competitive and cooperative modes, available in the spring. And in a move that no one asked for but everyone secretly wanted, physical merchandise of the Talking Flowers was announced, ready to offer their existential comments from our desks. The Mario blog concluded with the announcement of a new 2D game, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. With a charming art style that emulates pencil drawing, this new platforming adventure is shaping up to be a must-have title for fans of the charismatic dinosaur, also arriving in the spring. The third-party alliance and the power of the Switch 2. The Direct also dedicated significant time to third-party titles. Stormlancers was presented, a 2D anime-inspired action platformer that had a surprise launch on the same day as the event. The arrival of Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade on the Switch 2 was met with euphoria, although the main attraction seems to be simply the possibility of enjoying this masterpiece in a portable format. This was joined by Hades 2, the acclaimed roguelike, which in its Switch 2 version promises 1080p performance and up to 120 frames per second in dock mode, a substantial technical improvement arriving on September 25th. There were also updates for Kirby Air Riders, which adds 2 new amiibos to its November 20th launch, and Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, a visually spectacular reimagining with a diorama style that seems to bring its character figures to life. This reborn classic will arrive on February 5th. The Unexpected Resurrection, the return of the Virtual Boy. But the announcement that undoubtedly stole the show for its audacity was the return from the dead of the Virtual Boy. Yes, you read that right. The infamous 90s console, known as much for inducing migraines as for its limited catalog, is back in the form of a Switch accessory. This device will allow players to enjoy its complete collection of 14 titles in stereoscopic 3D. The question echoing in the community is inevitable. Why now, and not in the era of the 3DS, the platform that seemed naturally designed for this resurrection? Nintendo, in its infinite wisdom, has decided that the time is now. Better late than never, we suppose. The heavyweights closed the presentation. The final stretch of the Direct was reserved for some of their most powerful franchises. We saw the first images of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, where a sequence of Samus Aran piloting a motorcycle unleashed all sorts of theories before being confirmed as part of the game. Its release date was announced for December 4th, accompanied by 3 new amiibos, including the coveted motorized Samus figure. Donkey Kong Bonanza will expand its content with a paid DLC that introduces Emerald Fever, a series of timed challenges on a revamped DK Island. The Pokémon universe also had its place with Pokémon Poca Poca, a new cozy-style game focused on building and relaxation, coming next year. In addition, more footage of the highly anticipated Pokémon Legends ZA was shown, which will be released next month, along with its paid Mega Dimension DLC. Finally, after a montage of third-party releases, a stunning trailer for Resident Evil Requiem was shown. The game looks promising, though not without revealing certain technical challenges on the Switch 2, such as hair rendering, a detail that is already generating debates about whether its main appeal will continue to be portability over other platforms. Capcom completed the announcement by confirming that Resident Evil 7 and Village will also arrive on the console, making February 27th a day of celebration for horror fans. The grand finale was Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. With a sublime art style and gameplay that alternates the classic top-down view with spectacular 3D combat sequences, this tactical RPG is shaping up to be one of the most important releases of the coming year. Conclusion: a declaration of intent. In conclusion, this Nintendo Direct was not just a list of games, it was a declaration of intent. Nintendo has mapped out a solid and diverse roadmap for the Switch 2, balancing nostalgia with innovation and supporting its most beloved franchises with bold third-party bets. From Team DPS Gaming, we believe the presentation was a resounding success that not only excites but also generates debate. Now the conversation shifts to you. What announcements got you the most hyped? Do you think the return of the Virtual Boy is genius or madness? Leave your impressions in the comments. Thanks for joining us at Team DPS Gaming. Don't forget to subscribe for more analysis, and we'll see you in the next video.